Hi, welcome to the Knits Up podcast. My name is Mindy, otherwise known as Knitter CNY. You can find me on Ravelry, Instagram, and there's a podcast group over on Ravelry that'll give you links also to the Facebook page for the group as well. I hope you guys have had a great week. It's been a busy one for me. Work has been starting to ramp up as we're getting closer to spring. I work as a secretary in an environmental lab, so as the weather starts getting better, we start getting busier because you can get more access to sites and things like that. I finished some things this week, surprisingly. I finished a hat out of Red Heart Huga. Even though it looks like Higgy, it's pronounced Huga. They actually have a little pronunciation thing. That means cozy, from what I understand, in Norwegian and Danish. This is a number 5 yarn. It's in the color sterling. It's 70% acrylic, 30% nylon. I picked mine up at not my local Walmart, but a Walmart about 15 to 20 minutes away from me. They have a larger selection in that store for some reason, and I paid $4.68 US for it. So if you're interested in this yarn, I would check out Walmart, and if you plug in the address of what you're looking for, it'll tell you what yarn, what stores carry it. Sometimes you have to switch around the stores because not all Walmarts carry all the same thing. This is a 2x2 ribbed hat. It's the chunky ribbed cozy beanie, something along those lines. Looks like that. It's really loose. I have a whole bunch of yarn left over. This is a free pattern that's on Red Heart's website, so check that out. If you were making chemo caps, this would be a really good yarn, I think, to make out of chemo caps, and this is really super loose on me, but for chemo caps you usually go a little tighter, and you could probably get 2 chemo caps out of this, I think, if you were knitting. So check that out. You might want to check that out. The other 2 things I finished are not really all that exciting. They're dishcloths, and this is just the Hobby Lobby I Love This Cotton. I had 2 skeins laying around, and I thought, I'll make some dishcloths. I have not tucked in my ends. This is just a free pattern that Hobby Lobby I found somewhere on the internet had done. It was like chain 40. You know, when you get to the end of the row, go in the 3rd stitch and chain, and half double crochet 39. When you get to the end of the row, chain 2 and start all over again. So it's just half double crochet. It's nothing that exciting. I did not use the entire ball. I think I could probably get a second one out of this ball. I don't know what the color is. This one is also a Hobby Lobby I Love This Cotton. I don't know what color this is either, but it kind of came out striped, so it looks cute. Same pattern, half double crochet across. Not really that exciting. My work in progress right now is a sweater. It's a pullover sweater. I've made some progress this week. The front and the back are done. And it looks like that. And this is a pattern for a double cable pullover using size 10 needles and Homespun from Lion Brand. And I'm on the sleeves now. Originally in the pattern it tells me to knit the sleeves and then sew them in, and I was like, and knit from the cuff up, and I was like, so no, because it just doesn't look right. So I picked up, it's a modified drop shoulder, so it comes in, the armhole comes in about 1 inch, and then I just picked up the number of stitches, figuring out what I needed to do, and I'm using my interchangeables for that, and then I have a smaller needle that I found, a Knitter's Pride Nova Patina, that's a little smaller. That's out of this book. which is an old Lion Brand book that is available on their website. I want to say it's less than $5. Comes with all those patterns. See, some of them are for kids. There's cardigans, there's a vest, there's a guy's sweater. I guess you could call it unisex. There's a seed stitch sweater. It's 8 homespun knits for the family. So I will have more than enough yarn for that. No problem there. And then this week I went to one of our local dollar stores in the Syracuse area. It is not Dollar Tree. The last time I looked, Dollar Tree didn't have any yarn. I checked their website. They didn't have it available. The one that's around here that I checked out is more of a, I think, more of a local chain. And they had some yarn. They had some Isaac Mizrahi bulky yarn, super bulky yarn that I really wasn't that interested in. I want to say it was like Lexington or something like that. I can't remember. All of his yarns were named after places in New York City. I have a bunch of skyscraper yarn that I need to use at some point because I have a bunch of it. But I got a couple of skeins of yarn for $1. This is Red Heart Cutie Pie. That is, let's see. It is, the color is indigo. This is a number 3, so it's a DK weight yarn, and this is 100% polyester. It is super soft. It's the same kind of yarn treatment that the Amore has, and the Red Heart Amore is a worsted weight. But this Cutie Pie, it was $1, so how can I say no to $1? And then the other 2 yarns I got are Buttercup. These are really cute. They are, I believe, okay, so 67% polyester, 33% nylon. It's a number 5 bulky. It's like a, I don't know what you'd call it, fuzzy, bumpy, corally shaped kind of yarn, I guess you'd call it. And I got, the colors I got are Pool and Flirty. Pool and Flirty. So like a pink and a turquoise. Because they were $1 a piece. You can probably make a baby hat or something out of it. It was soft, but I wasn't going to make a whole thing out of it. And then lastly, the sweater I'm wearing, which you can't see all of, but it has a cable at the bottom of the sleeve. And it has cables down the front. It's an open-faced cardigan. There's no buttons on it. And this is the Curvy Girl cabled cardigan from Lion Brand. It's a free pattern on their website. If you go and look up the Curvy Girl patterns on Lion Brand, you'll come up with a whole bunch of crochet and knit patterns. They came out a few years ago, and they're modeled by Shira. I want to say her first name is. It's been the lady that does Tea with Shira video podcast for Lion Brand. I believe that she is one of the Blumenthal family that helps run the company. It's a family-owned company for quite a few generations now, and she's a model for the Curvy Girl stuff. She looks beautiful in things. So take a look at those. This, I think, was the 3X or 4X size. I'm not really sure. It needs to probably be blocked. I did make it out of Heartland, which is the Lion Brand yarn that it calls for. And stuff I bought on sale at Ollie's, which is a closeout store that's up here across